Hey Gerald, how you doing, brother? Move this over. There we go. Smoking the No Name on a bookshop. Oh, I'm doing pretty good tonight. Much better from last week. Excuse me, as you can tell, I got my normal voice back. So, was on John's all burned ups last night. Not as long as I could. Thank you, Daryl. Um, I think it went till about 2 o'clock this morning on his live. I just couldn't do it. Maybe two and a half, but on that, I just can't do it like I used to. Some nights I can, other nights I can't. Normally I'll take this tobacco. Yes, I do too. Every time I get, normally I'll take this tobacco and keep turning it. Gerald, this is a bamboo tamper. Made out of bamboo. Give it to me by... Hey, Everett. About done with this bowl. I'm going to fire this one up. Yeah, this one here. Hey, Todd. Yeah, this here came from Dan Lopez. When I moved, I kind of said I thought I might have caught him left behind, but I didn't. So, I'll just take what's in there and I'll just shake her up. I'm getting more and more like Everett. Smoked about 9 bowls. Four bowls normally my thing, but when you got a kind of a nerve, well, the state pipe has been cleaned. Yeah. But I'll tell you a little trick about smoking briars. Like one bowl after another. Run your pipe through the cleanup. Some of you guys, I know, like, well, Everett and them knows. Just run the pipe through the cleanup. Do it. And never hold your pipe like this. Never. I forget what's in this bowl. But what I did with this one, guys, hold on. Some of you guys remember when I bought this Golden Duke, Dr. Grey Bowl Golden Duke a couple months ago. Well, back I think around July, August, around June, July. Well, whatever they put on them bowls, just make them shine. I took me a piece of sanding paper and lightly went over it and took all that coating off her. And now I didn't take her down, but I just took that sheen off. Oh wow, Everett. I will have an announcement later on in my live, so stay tuned for that. But I've smoked so many bowls out of that. I don't know if you can tell or not. Well, you ain't gonna be able to see it, but pretty much Parade opened me up another bowl of Haunted Bookshop. Let's get this bowl loaded. It's a very important announcement, and I'll give more details as my lives goes on this week. I'll have several lives this week, so I will give little by little. This is part one of it. So take a break. Oh yeah, Gerald. Oh wow, Gerald. Heck yeah, Everett. There's only one M4 I've tried, and I think that was to Virginia. I never tried the 4 room yet. Oh wow. Um, if you guys bear with me. Um, Next Sunday, I'm not giving up my lives. Hold on for 1 second before I make this announcement. Okay, next Sunday, I'm not giving up none of my lives. But next Sunday is going to be my last live here. I'm moving. Now, running up on me again, Todd. I'm not giving up none of my lives, though. It will. It will. Yes, Everett. I'm going to have my own place. I'm going to have my own place. Hey, Mike. How you doing? Everett, I don't blame you one bit. Don't blame me one bit. I just now lost my train of thought. No, it didn't. And once it won't take me long. One day move. As soon as I get everything, it'll be like a 1 day move. And I'll be on live at night. And then I'll explain everything what's going on. So I really don't like taking pipes apart. Oh, that don't feel right. That don't look right. But I'll explain later. what's going on. This is the start of it. Gingy and Jeremy, Mike, and all of you, Everett, Gerald, Todd. I'll let you all know what's happening between now and then. This is just the start of it. But I'm just going to try something here, guys. There we go. Much better. But yeah. That's another one I never had, Judge Condor. Gonna try that. I'm currently smoking hot in a bookshop, for those that just came in. Now, I'll tell you a blend I really like. It was sent to me here several months back. Was Cooner. Was sent to me. Yep. If nobody does have not Cooner before, give it a try. It's got one component in there that most people do not like. There are several people I got a message within the YTPC through my other phone to put on hold on everything. If they're going to send me anything or anything like that, I'm going to have to put a hold on it until Crooner. That's it. Not Cooner, Crooner. That's it, Ever. I won't be moving not this coming week up, but the week after. So I mostly will have everything by hopefully by next week, and I'll have everything pretty much boxed up and bagged up, except for my phones and my charger, of course, because I'm just gonna do my lives. Now next Sunday I might do an early live, maybe right after Briar Blues' Mike's. So, see here, I'll give you the dates. Okay. 2 weeks from today. 2 weeks. Which will be the 5th of December. I'll be at my other place. Yes, James. That's the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing. I'm going to have this live. Then next Sunday is going to be my last live here. I'll explain when I get there. I'll explain the whole situation. And a few other things in between. James. There's some things that I found out that I'm not happy about. So that's why I kind of started this live so early tonight. So what I was saying to you, James, and I'm glad you're on. There's a couple more people I got a message. If anybody would have to send me anything, I'm right now hold on to anything and everything. Hold the production lines. So I mean, these guys here are in the bedroom back there, but I still got to. I mean, they know I'm moving, but right now I gotta be careful what I say. Only thing I'm gonna say is I obtained some information up on my phone, and I ain't happy about it. James, you do the biggest part of it, but I'll send you a text message here later. And so I put that down. I done smoked a bowl of 100 Bookshop Burger in this one. Another bowl. I gotta take a break for a minute. But yeah, James pretty much knows what's going on, because the reason why I say that is because of confidence. Hey, Paul. And I trust everybody. There's guys here. What I'm saying is trusting. Anybody within the realm of the normal chat, put it that way. When you thought certain things you least inspect. This is a regular paper clip. I just show what I'm talking about. These from a pipe, so that's going in my pipe bag. Lost a tooth this week. But was everybody smoking tonight? Meantime, I'm gonna take a chew now. Take a breather. That's okay. I just want to make sure I know Paul was a moderator. And James, I was still making sure he was a moderator. That's right, Everett. My mind not is out there. There's no lockdowns where we're at. We may have a riot, but other than that, we ain't locked down. There we were for a while. Couldn't go nowhere, couldn't do nothing. Word. Saved. I too, except for this. Because of some fact it started to bug me. So 2 weeks from now, you probably see me probably with the 5th of my usual Fireball 6-pack of Bud Light, Bud Ice, most likely. That ain't right, Paul. What's this kind of? I thought we was about over here. Well, I ain't gonna say too much. Hey, picking and piping, how you doing tonight, Paul? The way this, one thing I'm gonna say is the way this country's going. We ain't gonna be too far behind you guys. But like I've always said, anything and everything is now to be talked about in this life. So there's somebody else. Who was it? Doja Piper. I ain't gonna say, but go check her video out. Hey Eddie, miss you too, brother. For those that are just coming in, like Eddie and Paul, picking and piping, I usually don't like to repeat myself, but these guys just came in, they have no clue what's going on. Pretty much the only person actually what's going on is Mr. James Dumbo. Within not this coming week, but the following week, guys, I'm moving. So this live and the live next Sunday is gonna be my last ones here. But I'm gonna keep everybody updated in between now and then. So So I'm going to let everybody know what's going on. So once I get down there, then I will spill the beans. But right now, I got to watch. I got to watch my P's and Q's. Almost fitted. This straight stem I found almost fitted this pipe. But since I got this pipe loose, we are going to clean it. Oh, this is my headlight thing, guys. One thing I like about this sucker, if the batteries are going low on these, on the ones I got, automatically shuts down automatically. But yeah, right now I'm just the only thing I'm going to say is there's several factors. And before I get in this, I'll be right back. Back. Now, let's get this. What happened, Paul? Did you get drunk? Did you have a hangover? What did you drink it with? What did you drink got run with there, Paul? Yeah, that Captain Morgan will creep up on you. Hey, Eddie, try Fireball. Ah, he'll creep up on you, Paul. Yeah, the first couple shots and maybe a couple of, yeah, it is. He'll creep. Then you wake up next morning, feels like you've been in a fist fight with about 5 or 10 guys from the night before. That's what it feels like. Hey, well, there's Sour Shaw. How you doing, brother? Long time no see. How you doing, Cyrus? I got plenty more pipe cleaners sitting over here. Just clean the pipe up because it was dirty. Um, but yeah. So, on John's live last night, Dingus brought up a question in which I can understand if you're kind of new or you don't know. I can totally understand this. Um, do you let a pipe cool down before, if you got a filter pipe, do you let the pipe cool down before you know? Did anybody seen the video from Bar Blues here the other day? I'd about fit my lid when he started talking about he was on somebody's live. Everybody knows it. Apparently, somebody was taking suggestions that you take super glue if you got a loose tendon, a loose stem, that you put super glue on the inside of your mortise and then put that in there. Hello, we don't do that. Who in their right mind make those type of suggestions? Oh, before we go any further than this, yeah, picking, yeah, picking. It's crazy. I'm thinking here, I'm grudging my teeth, and I'm thinking, oh, what in the world? Why are they smoking? I know they on a bookshop or Pegasus or Bacon Burley or Billy Budd or Hobbit's Weed or I get what I do, guys, and he did say it on his video. What I get it's lip balm, you know, the chopstick. Well, I get the beeswax non-scented type, the non-scented. That's what I use. I'll just take some, I'll break us, you know, and I'll take my finger to it and I'll just put it around this. And then, I really don't like taking this stem off this because this baby's tight. And I know that he used, yes, Paul. See what I mean when I put this stem back on? I hate it. And I'm always afraid. I'm gonna set this pipe here. In this rag. I can't do it that. Yes, Paul. It was in somebody's live. Tool bag. And no, I'm not gonna use no tools on it. That's what I do, guys. If I can't grip it with my hands, I'll show what I use. Glove. Yeah, Paul. No, that's what I'm saying, James. Is to put that glue. That's what I was saying. These are my new work gloves. Heck no. Get you some pure beeswax or get what I use. And I know Mike said this. You can get the lip balm, beeswax unscented, and do it that way. That's what I use. I just going to have to do for now until here later. Now, I'll tell you what I did when I started into the hobby, well, here in the YTPC. I went out and got me a Dr. Graybow. Not this one, but it was a Grand Duke Prince, rusticated. And got into the pipe hobby in the YT, but I was smoking pipes prior, but not as much as I do now. Well, I smoked that pipe to death. I mean, I smoked it. I had so much cake in that pipe that I was taking my knife. I knew how to ring, but this is what happened. I'm going to use my smaller pipe. This here is my testing pipe. Between here and here, this was loose, right? So in other words, this here was spinning. Yeah, that piece broke off. I'm going to send this pipe off and have it fixed. But it's still smokable. But I took me some electrical tape and put it around that pipe so I can have a pipe. Yeah. I don't do it now, but I didn't know. I was ignorant. I didn't know that you wasn't supposed to do that. Put electrical tape around that to hold this here to the shank. Your stem to the shank. It's like right here. But yeah, that was Guys, brand new. These are mechanics gloves. Paid $3 for these brands, making new $3 for those, and they're originally almost 20 some dollars for them. Brand new. Ugh. Keep it in my thing. But yeah, you don't do that. You don't. Anybody that ignorant tell somebody, if you're smart enough and you smoke pipes and you've been around the YTPC long enough, you ought to know not to put super glue inside the mortars. I had a guy that I know smoked a pipe. He's long gone now. Oh Lord, I say he's probably been gone maybe maybe 7, 8 years now. I'm going to say between 5 and 10 years. And I used to smoke with him. I smoked corn cob, regular corn cob, and he always smoked the cheap brand that you can get at the cheap tobacco store, pipe tobacco for pipes, not the roll young, the regular. And I think the bag that he was buying was around probably about 20, taxing on maybe $22, $23. I mean, it's a big bag. But he had a little tobacco pouch that he carried. He put so much tobacco in that and had a zipper on it. And I asked him one day, and I said, do you ever have, because I was learning at the time, do you gotta clean your pipes out every day, right? Yeah. Pipe cleaners, yeah. He says gotta keep it temp. He says gotta keep it temp down. Then I gave it up for a while, for the longest time until here about 4 or 5 years ago. And the type of tobacco he smoked was it wasn't the flake, it wasn't the plug. The tobacco, I could see it. It wasn't chunks. It wasn't the chunk tobacco, but it looked like it. It was like it wasn't ribbon. All natural tobacco, no flavor, no casings, no nothing to it. I tried that one day. He said, because I was smoking Prince Albert Cherry Vanilla and John Milton's Cherry. He says, here, he says, try this. So I got done smoking that cob and put some of that in there, and I lit that up. Boy, it was strong. It was strong. But, but he taught me one thing though. One thing. Take care of your pipes. Do routine maintenance on them. They'll last you forever. Last you forever. And I agree with that statement because I got pipes over here that I know I had about 4 or 5 years, and I know the previous, I got one pipe over here belonged to is died, and it's been well broken in. But if you take care of your pipes, now I can file that down if I wanted to. But I keep like that there, cause it's still smokable. It's comfortable, easy to cleanse. But this is my tester briar. But he taught me you take care of your pipe, clean them, keep the cake down to no bigger than a dime or I'll just use this penny as an example. That's the thickness that you want your cake. Some people don't want cakes in their pipes. I do. But there we go. That tin, this stem going in that more is so tight when you put that back together. I'm so afraid I'm going to bust that shank. You can get the reaming tools if you have an estate pipe. I really don't know, James. I don't know why would anybody do it. Why would anybody make a recommendation? I have no idea. Why? I'm like you. Why would you do it? Just like my dad used to say years ago. If it ain't broke, leave it alone. If you don't know something about something, ask. Same way with your pipes. This is a tool. Okay, if that sucker's loose and who knows, James? I wasn't on the live because if I was on the live and I would have heard it, I would have went off right then and there. I wouldn't wait all day. I would have been. I would have been right on my phone and say, hey, we don't do that. You get it in the only way I can figure you're an inexperienced pipe smoker or you're a novelist. Go back and watch the video. Let me get Let me go back and I'll tell you the actual video if you just give me a second here. Yeah, on Briar Blues, he talks about it. I'm looking on his channel right now. Okay, hold on. And I will. Yeah, I just unplugged my earphones from my controller. You just give me a second, I'll tell you which one it is. I think I got it. Crazy. But yeah, he's got a video out on it. And yeah, he talks about it. It ain't Mike saying that you have to do it. It's somebody else. Alright, picking and piping. Have a good night, brother. Um, yeah, James, go on to Briar Blues' page and go down to on his regular videos. Go back about 3 or 4 days, and you'll hear him talk about it. But why would somebody in somebody's thing recommend? But anyways, I charged up some tobacco that I had, and matter of fact, I see what you were. Vismar. I hope you guys see that. And this one's got mature gold Virginia, Ismar cream strawberry rose. Charged that up today. But I keep these. And the reason why I keep them is so if I'm going somewhere, I could take a little bit of tobacco, whatever, and put in these, and I can always roll them up and put them in my coat pocket or whatever. And the other one that I jarred up today is this one. Let me type it in for you guys. Real quick. It is KBB. Oh shoot. KBB. KBB. Them two I jarred up today. There's one of them. That's the one on the screen now. It's got that different Oriental smell. It ain't the regular Oriental that you smell in your English blends. I get almost like an oatmeal. The other one is it's more of an aromatic, moist. You gotta let that one dry out about an hour. Then when you do dry it off about an hour, you can't fill your pipe up too tight. What you gotta gravity fill it. Because if you use the 3-layer method on that, you'll be sit there all day. This is a 45-minute to an hour smoker I had in this pipe. And let me tell you, I made a mistake of doing the 3-layer method. And let me tell you, I will spend more time loosening the tobacco and lighting it than try to enjoy it in your pipes. So that's why now I got Billy Bud, Pegasus. I'm just almost done with the just about out of on the bookshop. So I'm trying to save much as I can. Thanksgiving Day's coming up next week, and I got my Thanksgiving Day blend over here. I'll be smoking it. And also, in part in memory of Matches 860, him and Sergeant Savinelli always smoked L.J. Peretti's Thanksgiving Day, the day after Thanksgiving. So Friday, I'm going to smoke a bowl in honor of John. Friday. And if you guys don't know, how many here knows what, does anybody ever smoked the L.J. Peretti's Thanksgiving Day blend? Anybody here? Has anybody ever smoked a Thanksgiving Day blend? Oh, cool, Everett. Yeah, I haven't smoked any of it yet. So I got a very small amount of it. Oh. Um, there it is. I'll tell you what, it's tempting to smoke a bowl of it, I'm telling you. Oh, cool, James. Well, what do you think about that video, James? I was ready to smoke a bowl of it. But I'll wait. Somewhere along the line, that's what I was getting to there for a minute too there, James, but yes. But did you hear what he said prior to that. He made that video like 3 or 4 days ago where he's going to use a couple F-bombs. And trust me, he used them. Yes. Dr. Tenda. Dr. Mortis. But who in the world would put super glue in the mortis with a tendon? Then when you put that in there, that's going to heat up. Then your tendon's going to get all sticky. Crazy. Now that's the person that I, Now there's a big difference of making the pipe. There's pipe makers out there. Now, I have a pipe over here that's going to go out to Hillbilly. Okay, I know where that pipe came from. And I know the party that, I ain't going to mention his name on here. But, it's a Dr. Graybo. Well, the problem was, let me adjust this. Okay, you see how far I got that stuck out right here? Okay, as long as I left it like that, I can easily do this. Easily. It was snug. Now, if I did that, which I did, there was no way for me to turn this like this and pull it off. Well, somebody says, because at the time I didn't know how to do all this, somebody says to me, hey, put it up in the freezer for, 5-10 minutes. Pulled out cold. It wasn't. I cleaned it out and run the pipe cleaning through it, but what I was doing was, I always do my pipes like this. I don't tend to do it all the time, but used to have about how taking the pipe apart like this, cleaning it all up, putting it back together. But eventually, over time, I learned this from another party that makes pipes. Eventually, if you keep doing this, taking your pipe apart, putting it back in there, what you're doing is you're wearing that mortise out, you're wearing that tenon, and your pipe, and then what's going to happen is, you're going to have loose stems going to spin like that if you keep doing it. Hey Craig, so every pipe is made for a Every pipe is made for a pipe cleaner to pass through. Every pipe. I don't care if it's a Dr. Graybow, a low end pipe. I don't care if it's a high end pipe. I've seen a pipe here the other day. $749. I don't care if it's a $700 pipe, $1,000 pipe, a $3,000 pipe, a pipe cleaner. I wouldn't. That's what I'm thinking, because I noticed was I know there's some. Correct me if I'm wrong, James, but I was seeing some make these stems, and I'm just using this one here as an example. This is the next stem that I've had for the last 3 or 4 years. But I've seen Simon make the stem. Then he's got this thing that I think he used proxy. I think for this tender part that he puts down in there. He'll take this part and stick it down into the stem part using proxy. Then he wipes it off, and then he just that's set. Now I've seen him do that. Yeah. Now I've seen Simon take this part. I'm going to use this. I've seen him take the tender part here, and I think he uses proxy, and then he on there, and then he puts it down to the stem part to make the tendon. You know what I'm saying? I've seen him do that on a couple stems before. This part here. But everybody makes mistakes. You know. Now this here, I can look at this one. That's glued. The tendon part is glued to the stem. This one is. Well, you can't tell on camera. But yeah, this one is. So's that one. But you gotta look up close. Now, yeah, I'm crazy enough to do this. Now, if you look at this, this is off my Dr. Graybow, Golden Duke. Now look at that tendon. That's all one piece. All that silver is all one piece. Yeah, I was watching, because sometimes too he'll come in on early. Well, his time is different from ours. So sometimes in my time he'll come on around 7 o'clock in the morning, 6:30, 7 o'clock my time here, and his time may be 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon. You know, and I'll sit there and I'll listen. Now sometimes I won't. Now I'll listen through my earphones because I'll watch it on my screen. Now, speaking of listening to you guys, now I know the only other person on here that does it too is James. Here's my controller. My earphones are hooked to my controller. Now I can put this in my controller in my lamp. Plug these in. Now right now I'm listening to myself. I can sit there and watch James. I can sit there and watch James live. I can sit there and watch Simon's live, Fire Blues live, but by these. There's nothing hooked up to my TV. My volume is completely down on my TV. Reason why I like these earphones because I can hear through these. This got a mic and stuff to it. Now, if I want to listen through my TV, yeah, your motor's part there. When you just when you do your when when you do the tended to your stem part, don't put no glue inside your mortise. Because if you put glue inside your mortise, glue, like super glue or something, and put your stem in there, what's going to happen when that heats up and it dries? What's going to happen? You ain't going to get this stem off. Now you could take, now if you got a loose tendon, loose stem, take your Q-tip and get you some distilled water. Tip out Q-tip in there, or this, or one of these. Yeah, I'm gonna fold this. You can dip it in there, wet it, let it set for half hour, do it 2 or 3 times or whatever. Now, if I want to listen to my TV, this is what I use. I use these bad boys. It's got a mic to it. Or if I want to I can put it through my phone. Or whatever. It takes a minute. Yeah, I need to put that to my, if I want to watch a good movie or something, I really want to listen down there. If I want to listen to any other noise, I use these. But I keep these hung up. everybody makes mistakes, man. I make mistakes. I'll say something, and I've been smoking the pipe or cleaning the pipe or something, and I'll maybe one on my live or a regular video, and I'll say something out there in left field. Hey Cody. Hey Cody. I ain't gonna repeat myself, but I'll fill you in through a text what's going on. So, but I don't even say stuff off the wall. But sometimes too, I'll I might say something deliberately said. I will deliberately say it just to see if anybody will catch on what I said. Just out of the blue. Excuse me. Excuse me. Now, I know there may be some of you might cringe or whatever, but let me grab something here. I'll take sandpaper. Like I did this Dodge Gray Bow. I don't know what type of finish they put on these pipes, but every new Dodge Gray Bow that I get or whatever, I'll take a piece of sandpaper and go, and make it look like that. Yeah, I'll make some guys cringe and, oh no, you should never use sandpaper on those pipes, you know. But you know what? This pipe wasn't breathing. You put too much of that shiny stuff on there, that pipe ain't gonna breathe. Cause it's got so much of that lacquer or whatever on there, that pipe can't breathe. Well, sure we do. Sure we do. I do. And I just bought some new sandpaper, 2 of them. 2 packets of them. Lay them down somewhere. Lord knows where I'll put them. So what you up to, Cody? Now see, now I put my pop down on right now. Start the pop out. My brain. Well, there's old John. Old John finally pops in. How you doing, John? Anything new out your way going on? Any riots or people throwing fireballs or oh, speaking of some of you guys are just now coming in. I got that LJ Pretty Thanksgiving Day blend. I told the rest of the guys this. You know that him and Sergeant Savinelli always smoked that Thanksgiving Day blend the day after Thanksgiving, which is Friday. So I'm going to smoke some of it Friday. Yeah, I started the live con early too, and John, I will explain. I'm pretty sure I gave you my number, John. Um, Pretty much everybody else knows what's going on, but yeah, I will explain to um, Cody and John later. Dark Lord, how you doing? Well, John from all brought it up just disappears. Hey, I tell you what happened here the other night, guys. And I know Paul was on. Yeah, I heard you say something about it here the other day. Got that garage door up. Um, I think you said something about it last night or the night before. Oh, well, on one of your videos or your live, you said something about you got the new garage door up, and you talked about the guys that you know speaking some Spanish. So I know some Spanish, but not all Spanish. But there's a Spanish that I know that will can't say it on here, or I'll get in trouble by YouTube. The Goon Squad. They'll come out to me. You know, speaking of the matches 860 pipes that Eddie Gray put on, yeah, Eddie Gray did an awesome job of putting everything together for that. And almost out of time before I start getting financially stable. I was going to borrow the money to get the pipe, to order one. And I'm thinking, nah, I better not. I better not. Because, I really didn't know really when I was going to get financially stable. You know what I mean? So I was going to do it. All right, y'all. Heads up, y'all. Heads up, Paul, James, Cody. Thanks, James. Appreciate you. Hey, John, stick around for a little bit if you want to see some trolls. Oh, yeah. Had one here the other day, James. Paul got him. Never seen no more of him. I don't know how he done it. but he done it. Oh yeah, I made the mistake. I've been, you know, speaking up about that pipe too. I had a pipe over here that belongs to. Matter of fact, I'll show you the pipe. Now you guys see me smoke this. Yeah, yeah, John. Yeah, I know what you mean. Oh yeah, I know that. Where is Dark Lord at, by the way? Dark Lord, you still in here? This here is a Royal Duke Rusticated Bulldog. Pop up again there, Dark Lord. This belonged to, well, he goes by Dude Rustic now on Instagram. This belonged to his dad. And it took me forever to bring myself to smoke this pipe. Dark Lord, you're now a moderator. It took me a long time to smoke this pipe, and eventually I will start smoking them. Yeah, it needs to be cleaned up some, especially the stem. But I mean, I'll smoke it. I'll smoke it now. So what we are going to, you're welcome, Dog Lord. So what we're going to do, boys? James, I'm just going to clean the stem up, guys. It needs to be cleaned bad. You know John's up there laughing. You know John's up there laughing, right? Do you know he's getting a kick out of this? I can hear John laugh now. I tell you the best one I ever watched, and I always watch it every year. Always. Where every 4th of July that he smokes bacon old fashioned. I watch that every 4th of July. That's a rough blend. If he can't handle it, there's no way I will smoke it. Yeah, I do too, Cody. I'll sit there and watch that one every year. That's my annual 4th of July edition. Every year, I'll watch it. And also watch the one to where him and Sergeant does day after the day after Thanksgiving smoke of LJ Breaks Thanksgiving Day. So this year, I'm gonna smoke a bowl with him. Now, most people, I had somebody ask me here the other day. I was sitting here cleaning my pipes up. And they said, well, Jeff, why are you using Vaseline? I said, well, right at the moment, I mean, I don't know if you can see that or not, but it kind of shines it up some. But I said, for one, I said, it's cheap. And I said, two, I can. When I worked I would keep getting Cody works for the fire department. Thanks, John. Autocorrect, James. I hate autocorrect. But I'm going to show you guys. I mean, it cleans these pipes up pretty good. Vaseline takes a little bit. That's how I clean my pipes. James, hold on a second. I had like, this happened like a couple years ago. I was making videos like every day, constantly bam, bam, one right after another. And I wasn't the only guy that was getting the thumbs down. I was getting like two or three of them. And I'm thinking, what in the world is going on? Appreciate that, John. Sometimes, John, I don't get your notifications on your lives. Sometimes. But, Well, I was thinking, well, what's going on? Well, then I started watching a couple other fellow YTPC members. They started complaining about it. Why I'm getting thumbs down. Well, we found out who the little booger was. Because, in a circle, everybody's going to know who's doing what. Started circulating around here about 3 or 4 years ago. This is when I first started. So, and then, we have people get thumbs down, and we start people bickering and fighting and carrying. I'm thinking, what? YouTube has changed so much since I started, man. There's one I got it. This happened long, like I said, when I started. When they started to change a little bit, I got a strike on something on one of my videos. And I'm thinking, okay, what did I do wrong or what did I say? So I went back and I rewatched my own video. I didn't say nothing wrong. I didn't say anything out of the ordinary. I did my regular videos like I always did. So I protested it. Well, what long somebody else got the same ordeal treatment that I got. They've been in the YTPC longer than I have. Way longer than I have. And thinking, well, something's odd. Somebody's making complaints. Because usually you don't have anything against, unless you're using copyright music or something that's copyrighted. Yeah, you're going to get a strike. Because you can't use copyright material in your videos. And then there's this other party using the YouTube music that they offer for free for your videos. He could strike using their music free. Why? It's your YouTube, it's your music for us presenters to use, but yet you're going to strike somebody for that. React. Get your head out. Oh, I'll probably get a strike on that one. But here's my thing. Everybody makes videos. Some of them are going to slip. It's going to ruffle some feathers. It's going to, you might say something that's going to rub somebody the wrong way. I have. And I have people, not everybody, but I had one or two people quit watching my lives. And, like I've always said in my lives, and you guys know, anything can be said. In my anything can be said. Hold on for a minute, guys. Um, like I've always said in my lives, and everybody knows this, anything can be said in my lives. Anything. I don't hold nothing back. I don't expect nobody to hold anything back. Because we're all here to have fun, enjoy it, have fun, talk about anything and everything. It's a no holds. It's almost like a no holds bar. You know, we can talk about pipes, we can talk about tobacco, we can talk about this, or this, that. What do you think about this blend, or what do you think about that, or because everybody, that's how we all learn. We learn from each other. Learn from each other. There may be a tobacco that you may not like, I like, you know, or it could be, and so that's the way I look at it. And everybody, I've always said this, everybody's entitled to their own opinions. I don't care, you know, you ain't gonna make me mad, you ain't gonna upset me, you ain't gonna, you know, you know, there may be a Pacific pipe you like, everybody's different on both sizes. I like medium to small bowls. Now, except for the 7Ls. I got one over here, 7L Chevy 320 KS. Love it. I love that 7L. I had to give that sucker a break. Now, do I got certain pipes dedicated to certain blends? Yes, I do. I got 3 pipes that is dedicated to Burley, Virginias, and Perique. I got 1 pipe over here that is just dedicated to Englishes only, and it's a custom made pipe. My theory is you enjoy what you like smoking. I haven't smoked a cigar probably over a week and a half. I got cigars sitting over here, you know. Exactly, James. And the way I look at it, and the way I see it, if somebody does not like me, it doesn't bother me. Yeah, it used to bother me, James, because I wasn't getting as many as views as this party over here. You know, this party over here may get 200 or 300 views, or 50, 60, 70 views. This one over here may get 1,000 views. This over here may get 400 or 500 views. I don't worry about that. I don't worry about my numbers. You know, some people's got 4,000 or 5,000 subscribers, 10,000 subscribers. I don't worry about that. You know, and it's, And yeah, and I've noticed I ain't gonna mention any names, but it used to be that way there for a while. Jealousy. I call them attention seekers, especially in lives and stuff. They have to have that attention. They seek that attention. They want that attention. Forget you. You know, I want all eyes on me. And everybody that and yeah, I agree, James. I agree. And what and what gets me, James? You know, I consider you and Cyrus, a few other people, are good-hearted people that gives, right? And don't take me wrong when I say this. Please don't. Um, I've seen people, this used to be a couple years ago too, and that's that's where I better make my point, James. I've seen people get mad because, well, he's giving this and this. He's, or so and so's giving. No, you don't need to have that type of attitude towards somebody like that. You know, we're here to support one another. You know what I'm saying, I love see Hey, I love see y'all both. I love see people getting stuff. I do. I'm not that type of person to say, well, that is not right. How's come he's giving this person this, not me? No. You know, I've seen that type of attitude, and it's not right. And there's this other, and I hate to say this is for, yeah, and James, and that's not right. That's not fair. That's not right for them to get mad at you. There could be something that you and somebody else may talk behind the scenes about that nobody else knows about. I'll give you a prime example. Hold on just a second. I'll give you a prime example. Okay, about a year or so, last year or so, I say about a year and a half or so ago, it was right before the beginning of last year of 2020. Matter of fact, it was around December, kind of close to Christmas. And I'm not going to, it's a fellow YTPC member. And he sends me a box. We was talking back and forth, texting privately. I had this happen to me twice, James, twice. And what I always do, I always ask first if it's okay for me to do a yabo, but 9 times out of 10, I'll get a box unexpectedly through the mail. Unexpectedly. Okay, first thing I'll do, I'll open that box up and I always get a bro note, and everybody knows what a bro note is. Well, I got this bro note, and specifically said don't do no yabo, nothing. Nothing. I agree, Jeremy. If James would have, I'm just saying, if James would have messaged me right now and asked me, hey man, would you like to have it? I'll say, nope, pass it on. Bless somebody else. Bless somebody else unexpectedly. You know what I'm saying? I had, then another fellow. I'm doing good, Jeremy. I'm doing good. And and then I had another box sent. Same thing. Don't say nothing. You know, I never did. So what I did, I always had an empty tin of like dirt bar or something like that. What I did was this how I played it off. This how I played it off. Is I'll take out tobacco that was sent to me in this previous tin, and I'll just transfer it over to the dirt bar tin. That's how I always done it. It's not because it ain't because I'm lying or being deceitful. I'm just doing it out of respect. You know what I'm saying? I say, well, here, I'm smoking dirt ball, or I'm smoking this, or I'm smoking this, or I'm smoking that, or. Yeah, eventually it'll come bite him in the butt, Paul. I had I had pipes sent to me unexpectedly. I had tobacco sent to me unexpectedly. And I don't, you know, unless I get but I've always asked ahead of time. Always. I say, hey, it's okay if you're going to send me this, okay if I do a yabo, or if not, let me know, and I won't say nothing. You know, I always say like you send me tobaccos or something. Just saying. I won't say nothing. I won't say nothing. I'll have my regular tobacco sitting out here, like my Pegasus, my Billy Bud, or Haunted Bookshop, whatever. You know, and I just tuck it away. It's good to show support to one another. Really is. If it's good to say, hey, that's good, James. Hey, James. By the way, nice box cabinet. I like that. Yeah, she is. She is a good kid. I was sitting there watching them. But I always every time I go with somebody's live, this how I am, guys. Like James's and John's and Mike Fire Blues, Simon's. Um, yeah, I like that. I bet you it looks better in person than it does on camera. But this time, I don't care if I'm on James, Paul's, John's, Simon's, Mike's, Cane Rod, both Mike's, Cane Rod, and Bar Blues. Um, I always try, how y'all or how you doing, and then everybody's, I'm saying hi to everybody. And now, if I quit talking, unless somebody new jumps in, I'll say hi or something. I'm still around. I'm lurking. I'm watching. You know. Yeah, I did too. Really did too. 45 minutes to a liquor store. Good night. Whew. 45 minutes. That'll be from, well, where I'm at right now. That'll be if I went on foot. But I don't got that far to walk. Hey, Paul. I've been so destroyed. I've been so drunk before that I was really crawling on my hands and knees to get into bed, or I just passed out wherever. That was in my younger days, but now I got to the point where I'm so used to it now that. But see, every time I drink like rum or whiskey, like Fireball or Captain Morgan's rum, I mix mine. I mix with the Pepsi. Matter of fact, I'm gonna have to try cherry Pepsi Fireball. But it's just I got to the point where now that I cut down. Had to. Used to take like a fifth of whiskey, like a fifth of Fireball. A fifth of Fireball would last me a day, not even a half day. Now today, a fifth of Fireball, it'll last me a while. I'll be right back. I'm back. Yeah, speaking about the holidays, uh, this coming year, both my great nephews gonna have a Christmas this year. You know, so both my great nephews gonna have a Christmas, and my niece gonna have a Christmas this year. So they're going to have a Christmas. I just gonna have to take a day when the boys are in school, and just me and her sit down. Her boyfriend, I'll tell him going somewhere. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to sit down with my niece and see what the boys actually need. But no, once I get out of here, to be honest with you guys, once I get out of here, I'll feel a whole lot better. Seriously. Only thing I want for Christmas this year is a lump coal. That's the only thing I want. That's the only thing I want this year. I always tell people too, I said, don't get me nothing. James. James. I always tell everybody, don't give me nothing. They still do. I mean, it's the gesture. I know they mean well. Don't get me wrong, but I always tell them, look out for number one, not you. You take care of you first. Don't worry about me. That's where I've always been. You know, that's just me. Well, no. You look out for number one, not you. Look out for your family. Look out for you guys. Oh, good Lord, Sheriff. I mean, I just like me. Cody just messaged me. Let's see here, I'll tell you. I think he messaged me like 20 minutes ago. John, I think John disappeared. I think John got scared. No, James. I'm just messing James. No, Cody just messaged me probably about 20, 25 minutes ago. John, I don't know where John went to. It's hard to tell. They're not scared. John, no, John, I haven't seen him for the past 10 minutes. So Cody, he messaged me on my phone about 20, 25 minutes ago. Cody did. He texted me. I kind of filled him in what was going on. That's why I said, hold on for a minute. That's what I was doing. I was texting Cody. Oh, so your phone went down, huh? No, John, I figured you might have went to sleep. Hold on, guys. I got a text message here from somebody. I get all kind of... Okay, John. I'll add to my contacts. Yeah, that's the right number. I'll get you my contacts now, John. Hey, John, if you're gonna be up a little bit longer here in the probably next 10 minutes, guys. Hey, John, if you're gonna be up here in the next 10 minutes, I'll let you know what's going on. I got several other people's phone numbers, but I ain't gonna. Well, the only two. Well, Cody and John. But I got several other people's phone numbers in the YTPC. I ain't gonna mention on here. Oh, I won't, James. I keep, like I said, I got other people's numbers, and I'm keeping that way too, out of respect. Only thing I want to say there, James. That's the only thing I'm saying. Hey, James, did you see what Paul wrote? That one, no, wait. Hey, James, what you fixing on eating? Hey, don't feel bad. I'm getting hungry myself. I'm losing my head. Oh, I love hot wings. Speaking of hot wings, I know this guy here. He's still living. This probably been about 20 years ago or so. Yeah, about 20 years ago. Bragging about it and eating hot wings, right? He asked me if I like them. I said, well, yeah, I can sit there and eat them babies all day long like it ain't nothing. He said, all right, come over to the house. He lived over here by the lake. He says, well, look at this. Well, he had hot sauce on him and I'm in the oven. Well, he pulls a whole big, another big bottle of hot sauce in there. Puts them in there. It was a house trailer. I had the whole thing smelling like hot sauce. It was so strong it was making your eyes water. Wait about another 20-25 minutes. Pulls them out. Well, here he comes, two big tall glasses. Pulls out a gallon, 2% milk out, and I said, what do you need that for? Oh, we're gonna need that. I said, I ain't gonna need it. You might. I don't need it. Well, we sat down there, waited about 10-15 minutes, and cool down, and I just keep putting them on my, he made a great big batch of them. 2 batches of them. So I put a bunch of them, I'm sitting here eating them. He's over eating them, he's flopping like this. Oh, they're hot. I'm just digging. He ate a couple more. He's sitting here flopping like this, like he's flopping like a bird. I'm looking over at him. I'm thinking, man, what's wrong with you, man? I said, I thought you could sit here and eat them. Oh, I can. I said, it sounds like you can. I said, you're sitting here eating those and drinking milk on top of it. What's the point? You're just thinking this making it harder. He says, how can you stand eating those? I said, well, here's the trick. I said, you eat about 4 or 5 of them straight. Don't stop. Don't need 1 or 2 and say, oh, they're hot. They're hot. Eat about 4 or 5 of them straight. And I said, then after that, you'll quit. I kept eating themselves. Well, my ex-wife, she sits right straight across from me. She says, my God, she says, Jeff says, you're going to feel it in the morning. No, I won't. Well, at that time, my dad was still alive. So I come back in town in the Greenfield, where I'm from, originally from. Went over to Dad's house and I said, told Dad, she was there, she was a witness. I said, ask her. Said, this guy made a bunch of hot wings. He poured another big bottle of hot sauce on there. I said, I was sitting there eating it like it wasn't nothing. I said, here he's bragging about how much hot wings he can eat, and he's over here acting like a sissy. But, so I went on, well, the next day, he come into town. And, he says, he stopped by, he says, man, he says, I'm sicker than a dog. He says, I was on in the bathroom for over an hour and a half. Well, speaking of Joe, where I'm at, he made some salsa here the other day. I'm sitting there and I ate a couple of them. He said, he asked if I wanted any more, and I said no. He said, oh, well, is it too hot for you? I said, no. Had jalapenos and a bunch of other hot stuff in it. I said, no. I said, it ain't hot. I said, I could sit there. I mean, he had a whole crock pot full of it. I said, dude, I could sit there and eat that whole crock pot and no problems. But I said, I'm not going to sit there either and make myself sick of doing it. I won't. I'll show you something. I keep these around. I keep these packets. These are off Taco Bell. But I keep these little hot pockets around. It's actually hot sauce. There's 1, 2, 3. I got probably about 10 of these. The way I look at it, hold on guys. The stem fell. Oh, I love it too, Gerald. I love it. I could sit there and eat that stuff all day long and it wouldn't faze me none. Would not faze me a bit. But now there are certain foods I can eat. Now I like liver and onions. People say, hey, you like liver and onions. Oh yeah, I do. It's cooked the way I like it. If you cook the way I like it, then we're talking. Now, I tell you what my mom used to do, and my grandma used to do this too. Yeah, my grandma used to get that there, Gerald. But I tell you what my mom and my grandma used to do. They'll save the bacon grease. You talk about good. Hey, don't feel bad, Paul. I'm already going here no bit. Grab me something to eat again. I ate earlier, but I didn't eat much. Only thing I had was ramen noodles earlier. And I might go there and fix me a sandwich here in a little bit. Me neither. Yes. Now, my grandmother used to take the greens and fry them in bacon grease. Now, I'll tell you what I used to do. Now, you think I'm nuts. Now, I used to fry my eggs in bacon grease. Then I taught my ex-wife how to do it. She said, "Ooh, that's nasty. I never..." My ex-wife used to say, "Ooh, that's nasty." I said, well, one day I fixed her some eggs and some bacon grease. And one day I fixed it. She ate it. She said, "Oh, that's good." I used to fry my eggs in bacon grease. And then when they're just about done, I'll go make my toast. Then I'll get me a piece of cheese. Then I'll put my eggs on. When my eggs are done, my toast is done, I'll put my eggs on my toast and the cheese. And then I'll make me a sandwich out of that. And sometimes I'll fry bacon. Then I'll have my toast, my egg, bacon, and my cheese. Make me a sandwich out of that with a little bit of mayonnaise on there. Mm. Yeah, Todd, my dad used Joe bacon when he did his regular beans, like pinto beans or butter beans or Great Northern beans. He put his Joe bacon in it. Oh, he got mad at my sister and her old man one time because of that. Oh boy, cooking beans all day, put that bacon in there. I just happened walking in the door and I can hear my dad in the kitchen just a fussing. Man, he was mad. Walk in there, I looked at him. I said, Dad, what's going on? He says, I'll be daggone. He says, I was in there cooking these beans all day. And he said, I knew you was wanting some beans. I said, yeah, I always wanted some of the beans with bacon in it. I said, I always liked how you, because Dad always made good beans with bacon. And I said, yeah, I always want some of that. He says, well, the only thing you're going to get is the beans. And I looked at him, I said, what do you mean? He says, these two sit in here and decided to eat all the bacon out of the beans and left the beans. I looked at him. Well, I looked at my sister and I said, well, I'll tell you what you're going to do. I said, I don't care if you get mad at me or not, but I'll tell you what you're going to do. I don't care how you get it, but you're going to get it. You two's going to march your happy little butts either down to Daddy's or out there to yours, Bob and Carl's. Good, James. Glad you're back, buddy. I said, you're either going to go down to Daddy's or you're going to go back out to Bob and Carl, or go to Bob and Carl's. And you're going to get Dad a couple packs of bacon. And when you get back here, you better bring that bacon back here to the house. I said, now, I mean it. Paul did, James. But, I always talk about my dad's beans and bacon, and bacon. She looked at me and says, you serious? I said, yeah, I'm serious. You're gonna do it, both of you. She says, that means I gotta get just two of them. I said, no. You're gonna get two of them. And he's gonna get two of them. That's 4 packs of bacon. Because you're gonna owe my dad, yes, you're gonna owe Dad 4 packs of bacon. Why? She says, Dad, she looked at Dad, is he serious? Yeah, he's serious. Because my dad wasn't in the better health. My dad was not in the greatest health. Him doing that all day, and then for them to do that, to cheat my dad out of food like that. So, I said, get to scooting. So, they went out there, got the bacon, came back. I said, now, this is what you're going to do. You're going to go in there, you're going to fry that bacon. No, I said, bury yet. I said, I'll fry it. And I said, I know how Dad likes his bacon. Well, see, Dad used to drop his bacon into the beans and had to cook let the bacon cook with the beans all day. Slow cooking. So for me to speed up the process so that I can get a bowl of beans, is I fried them till they're not crispy, but almost there. You know what I'm saying? Then I drop them down in the beans, and I still had the beans going, so I let them cook for about a half hour to 45 minutes. Mm-mm. I never had cabbage for I don't know how long. But yeah, I cooked for another 45 minutes, half an hour to 45 minutes. And since I was there, I didn't have to get up to be out of breath because you had emphysema and chronic bronchitis, which affects your lungs. So, so I waited. And I told Dad, "You let me know when I need to go in there and stir. And he let me know when." And he said, "Well, I just a tiny." He says, "Well, how low is the water?" I said, "You can start to see the top of the beans." He says, "I just a tiny little bit more water than that." And he says, "Just stir. Slow cooking the beans." He says, "Just keep stirring." And, well, I went back there to sit down. Well, my sister and her old man decided they was going to go back to the kitchen, died hard at him. He says, "Where do you think you two going?" "Well, we're going to go into the kitchen." Dad says, "No, you're not. You stay out of the kitchen. You're going to come here and sit down." He says, "You guys ain't going to go back in there and take all that bacon out of there." He says, "You don't realize," he says, "Jeff just got done cooking out 4 pounds of bacon in there to put in that beans." He says, he said, "No, I put 2 pounds of bacon in there. I took the other 2 packs and put it in Dad's freezer." And Dad says, "You guys ain't going to go." He says, "No." He says, and he told me, he says, "Now, Jeff, now they should be done." And he looked at my sister and old man. He says, "Now, you two going to stay in here. You guys ain't going to stick in there in the kitchen, take all that bacon out of there and eat it." He says, "Now, if you can't eat the beans with the bacon, then you don't eat it." He says, "That's just wasting." He says, "Bacon, bacon, bacon." But, well, he said he didn't want to eat. That's fine. Well, my sister, she decided, well, if he ain't eating, I'm not eating. That's fine. You're all grown. But he says, "What I got in there on the stove is going to be the meal for the next couple of days. Now, if you can't eat that, you can go back. You can go." Because he says, "You ain't going to be here wasting up on my food because of what I fixed. And if you can't eat what I fixed, then you can do without, because I'm not going to make extra. You guys ain't going to make any extra food, special food, just because I fixed that. I'm not doing it, and neither are you." He said, "I ain't going to have Jeff to go in there and fix you guys extra food, special food, because you didn't want to eat what we ate." And my sister knowed, because when I was growing up, it's whatever your parents fixed, or your mom fixed, or your dad fixed, to put it on the table. What was that for that particular day for supper? If you didn't eat, you did without. You went to bed hungry. It's either you eat what we fix or do without. Nobody ain't, in my family, nobody wasn't special from the other person. Okay, say like my sister didn't like hamburgers, cheeseburger, and fries. She wanted pizza, for instance. Well, no, you're not going to get the pizza, because it's not fair for everybody else. My dad fixed beans with bacon in it. And beans and bacon. Cause my dad, cause I was working. I was constantly working. And my dad wasn't in a good bit of health. So, but when I got home, I always make sure my dad got something to eat before I did. Because my dad could not stand long enough to cook, a meal. He has, you know, if he was at the house and he had to walk to the kitchen and make him a meal, and he had to go and back in the front room sit down, by the time he went back and got his food and brought it in there, his food would be cold. He used to get so mad and so aggravated at that. So what I did was I talked to my neighbors, and what they did was I said, "Can you make sure that Dad gets a?" I said, "I'll pay. I'll pay." I said, "Make sure Dad gets a hot meal, because they knew I was working. I was working 12-hour shifts. I may go and work at 2 o'clock in the afternoon and may not get off until 12 hours later." I may go to work in 10. I may go and work at 10 o'clock that morning and work till 10 o'clock at night, because I was a nurse aide. I worked in a nursing home, so I was a nurse aide. So for me to work 10, 12-hour days, some 12-hour days, there's a lot of times I wasn't home. By the time I got home, or sometimes I could work an 8-hour shift from 2 o'clock in the afternoon till 10 o'clock at night, from 2 to 10. So what I did when I had to go from 2 to 10, I'll let my neighbor know. I said, "Hey, look, I got to go to work." "All right, Todd. Catch you later, brother." And I'll tell him, say, "Look, I ain't going to get home till 10 o'clock. She says, his, I'll let them both know. And they said, "Well, we'll go ahead." Well, I'm just kind of letting you know, kind of keep an eye. Well, is he gonna have anything for supper? And I said, I can't be here, because I said I'll be at work. I said I'm dealing, and they knew I was a nurse. They knew I was dealing with patients, so they knew I just couldn't. I mean, I'd clock out, but they knew I couldn't clock out to where I can go over to my dad's house and fix him something to eat. It'll be late, and then go back to work. I had to stay on site just in case something happened. Just in case I could be on my break and something happened to one of the patients, I gotta take what's left of my break, clock back in, and go to that patient's room. Because it could be a code red or a code blue or uh, whatever, you know, and you have to jump and go. Yeah, I could be in. There's been times I could be in the middle of a meal, eating, and it could be a code red or code blue, and I had to leave my food, clock back in, and go. And I'll tell whoever's in there, I said, just go ahead and take what I got left there, throw it away, or if I just happen to start, just put my food out and I never touched it, and I had an emergency, I had to clock back in, and I told whoever I said, hey, there's food right there if you want to take it. I said, I never touched it. You can have it. So what they did was they fixed him some food, plus they fixed me a plate. But see, I had a key to get in my dad's house. So when I got home, I'll unlock the door, I'll walk in, lock it, and I'll open the bedroom door up. And when sometimes, Dad'll be up sometimes to about, sometimes he went to bed about 9:30, 10, but he knows what nights I get off around 10. He'll kind of wait till I walk in the door, and I'll walk in the front room, I'll unlock, walk in, lock the door, and that's Dad, I'm home. And he'll say, Joe, there's a plate of food in there for you. I said, plate of food? From who? Neighbor. So I'll go in there and eat. I'll go in there, take a shower, throw my stuff in the wash. And next day I'll go over there, I'll have a day off. Got a couple days off. They always try to keep me coming on my days off. I tell them no. Today's my day off. And it's usually the weekend. I'll have, Saturday and Sunday off. And it's nice. During summertime, it's nice. And they'll call and they'll say, Jeff, can you so-and-so then called in? Can you come? Nope. Well, I don't care. My day's off. I got today, tomorrow off. I always had just about every weekend off or every other weekend off. And I said, this is my weekend. No. I said, I want to spend time with my dad. And I said, you all know my dad's not in better good health. And I want to spend time with my dad. And I said, I was bounced between my ex-wife and him. And I said, I'd like to just sit down for 1 day, for 2 days, and spend time. And I said, I don't know how much longer my dad's got. And I said, I really don't. And that's why, I tell him that. I said, I don't know how much longer my dad's going to be around. And I said, I would like to take time, spend time with my dad. Yeah, there's some things that I did when I was younger. I used to party hardy. Anytime, John, and I'll just send you a text message if you want to tomorrow. If you want to, you can message me tomorrow. You don't have to message me tonight. You can message me tomorrow. I'll just send you a text message. And when my dad passed away in 2005, I've dealt with, I really don't like to talk about death, and I really don't. But I've dealt with death. I've dealt with patients. I've dealt with patients' deaths. But there ain't nothing much harder on anybody to sit there and see your own parent I already sent it to you there, John. But there ain't nothing harder than seeing your own parents sitting there laying there dead. Just died. You know. And me and the funeral director were buddies. We're like yes. Me and the funeral director are. And I asked him, I said, how long he's been going? He says, he kind of come to me. Jeff says, excuse me, they got him up to the funeral home and everything. And I just went up there. So I'm going around telling everybody. I was telling my dad's, my uncle, my aunts, a few close people. And I told Max, I said, I got to go to the funeral home. So I went up there and looked at Heath. His name's Heath. And I said, Heath, I said, I know that you ain't really ain't supposed to say anything. Even though you request, I said, how long has he been gone? He says, well, he says, he's been gone for about 2.5 hours. I said, well, do you know the condition of what caused him? Thanks, James. He says, yeah, he basically drowned in his own fluid. Basically, the fluid went to his lungs. They drained the gallon and half fluid off his lungs. Half gallon off his lungs. They drained a gallon and a half off his stomach. And I said, basically, he drowned in his own fluid, right? That's what he said, right? He says, yeah. I stood there and he's kind of looked at me, and the doctor, my dad's doctor, was standing there. He's kind of looked at me. He says, was he complaining about anything? I said, yeah. I said, therefore, I said, right near where your liver is. Here's your chest, and right down here's your liver stuff. And he said he kept rubbing. He says, man, he says, oh, I hurt right here. He said, it's awful tight. He said, my stomach's tight. He said, I'm hurting right in here real bad, Jeff. He said, I don't know what's going on. He says, did you say anything to Dr. Miser about it? And I said, yeah. I said, you remember when we was having it? Because I always worked for the Rotary Club. Because they had the festival every year, a 3-day festival. And I always worked for the Rotary Club every year. I said, yeah. I said, I just said something to him here back in July. And I said, when we was down here cleaning the streets up, and I said, I even told him. I said, now, I was complaining about having real bad pains right across here. And he says, well, have him make a doctor's appointment. And I said, Doc, you know darn well that he ain't going to come in here unless he absolutely has to come into your office. And I said, he ain't complaining about anything else. He says, it's hurting right across here real bad. And he says he's having trouble with his breathing's getting a little worse. And I said, now from July up till the day of his death of October the 5th, in that time frame, I said, I tried to get Dad to go in there. I said, Dad refused to go to the doctors. He refused to go to, and I was standing right there, right upstairs. I mean, here's the casket room, and like over here, like say right here's the casket room, say right there where that blue shirt is, that's where Dad was. There was a door there. And I said, he wasn't going to go. And then he looked up and said, he says, Jeff, I know this ain't the time nor the place to ask you this, but what you got to do? I said, Heath, whoa. I said, I know I'm good friends with you. You're one of my best friends. But I said, I'd rather to remember my dad the way he was. He said, I understand. He says, that was my bad. I said, no, don't think that. I said, don't get yourself beat up over that now, Heath. Now, you did out of curiosity, you did out of goodness of your heart to ask me. And I said, but that was the hardest thing I ever took. Like I said, I've seen death. I've seen death more times. I mean, yeah. Yeah, that's what he was doing, James. And but what really pissed Heath off was this. What pissed Heath off when I went and did my dad's funeral arrangements. There was me, my one sister, a family friend, because she was dad's overseer. Well, Heath was out of town over here. He had to go out of town, take care of some business that day. This was like on a Wednesday. And this other funeral director was there. He was assistant funeral director. He got fired over this. Fired over this. I told him, I said, well, we made the funeral arrangements. And that's what Dad wanted. He said, I was in the will. I said, well, I want visitation on a Friday. I want his funeral on a Saturday. Oh, no, that's going to cost you extra. Wait a minute. I thought to myself, no, wait a minute. No, he's making the funeral arrangements, you or me. Or us. No. You're just serving the family. You don't tell the family how to make the funeral arrangements. You are serving the family. We make the funeral arrangements. Oh no, this is going to cost extra. If we got to do it on a Saturday, this is going to... You guys have funerals on Saturdays all the time. I'm thinking to myself, oh, Friday be the good time between this time and this time. You guys come in and do the da-da-da-da-da-da. Well, he talked, I had everything going, I had 1,000 million things going through my head. So, this was on a Wednesday. Afternoon, we went all better. I said, well, is it okay if I bring stuff up tomorrow? He says, yeah. He said, oh yeah, that's fine. I said, good. I said, is Heath going to be here tomorrow? Well, yeah. So I told her so. I stepped over to his secretary, and me and his secretary knows one another. And yeah, Todd got off, brother. And so I went over there and I leaned over. I might be, James, because I'm on my phone. Plus, I got everybody up on the big screen. And I went over and told her, I said, hey, I said, make a note for Heath. I need to see him tomorrow. She kind of looked at me. She said, what's going on? I said, I think it's about ready to get ugly. She said, okay. I said, I'm not satisfied with this dude. She says, uh-oh. She says, I know it's going to get ugly. Yeah. So I went up there that morning, about 9 o'clock, dropped stuff off. Caught Heath. Heath kind of looked at me. He says, Jeff, he says, what you bring this stuff up here so early for? I said, well, your assistant funeral. I said, you got a minute? He says, yeah. I said, can we? So I said, well, here's that stuff. He says, oh, hold on. He says, let me take care of that for you. He says, you don't need to be carrying that around. So he told his, well, he says, hey, he says, that's Mr. Howland's son. He says, that's Mr. Howland's boy. That's Mr. Howland's stuff. Go up and take that up there, and you tell the rest of them, get it, put that stuff on Mr. Howland up there. That's how much respect he had for my dad and me, because he loved my dad to death. So I explained to Heath what all went down. I said, Heath, we was wanting to do the visitation Friday evening and have Dad's funeral Saturday. He says, yeah. He says, well, did it go the way you wanted it? And I said, no. He says, what do you mean, no? I said, according to him, according to your assistant funeral director, I said, it's going to cost us extra money. We had to do this. It's going to cost us for this, extra money for that, this, that, and the other. It's better just do it all the same day. He says, you said what? He said, no, No. I said, it's already too late to change it now, Heath. His face got red as that. I mean red. He says, this is BS. He says, I'm going to take care of this right here, right now. He says, you stay put. Okay. He went and got him. He says, did you tell Mr. Wright? That's my last name. He says, did you tell Mr. Wright and his sister and them that it was cheaper to do it on the Friday instead of the weekend and this, not, and the other? Told him what. He says, well, yeah, I did. He says, no. He said, point his fingers, what gives you the right to tell them how to do a funeral? We are here to serve them. They make the arrangements because they are paying us the way they want it done and how they want it done, not the way you want it done. He looked at me and he looked back at me, he says, I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. This family has got enough grief. He says, you ain't giving this family time enough to grieve. He says, I forget the guy's name. He says, man, I'm going to tell you something. He just lost his dad yesterday. And you wanted to have him in less than 48 hours to have a funeral. Ain't giving this family enough time to grieve. He says, I'm going to tell you what's going to happen after the funeral is over with. He says, as of Monday morning, you're done. You're fired. As of Monday. He turned around, he looked at me, he says, Jeff, he says, I'm so sorry. I said, what you got to apologize to me for? You still got my business. It's people like that just need to be working in a funeral home. I'll tell you what happened. My dad thought my mom's funeral bill was paid off, which it wasn't. Found that out. There was still like 350, anywhere from 350 to $450 still be owed my mom's bill. Well, the following year we had the festival. Well, I worked it. Well, me and Heath, we always drank beer together. We was down there drinking beer while everybody else was doing the work. Me and him went down and had a couple beers at the bar. I've just been working. But anyways, so I got paid. And he knowed I got paid 50, about 70, I remember $50, $75. It wasn't much. I said, Heath, I hollered at him, right there from the funeral home. I said, Heath, come here. He says, yeah. I said, well, this is how much I made. And I said, I'd like to put this towards my mom's funeral bill. He looked down, and he looked at me, looked down, looked at me. He says, no, you don't. Do what? I said, do you realize that my dad went to his grave believing that my mom's funeral bill was paid off and he thought was paid off? He says, I know this. But he says, you ain't gonna pay it. I said, what do you mean I ain't gonna pay it? What's going on? I said, yeah, I'm gonna pay it. He says, no. He says, I'm gonna tell you right here, right now. He says, that funeral, your mom's funeral bill is paid off. I almost hit the concrete. I looked at him, I said, what do you mean it's paid off? He points his finger at me, he says, Chevis, I'm going to tell you something. When your dad died, and all that bullcrap, he was putting it politely. He said, when all that bullcrap that happened, he says, when your dad died and he went to his grave, I eyed him. He says, when your dad went to his grave, that bill went with him. I said, dude, what? I said, you serious? He says, yeah, I'm serious. He says, come here. Walked right in there. This on a Sunday. He says, what's this? He says, come here. Walked into his office. He says, come here, we'll say something. Went right to my mom's. Pulled my mom's thing up. Went over there and he put it in paid. In full. Right in the computer. Paid in full. I said, Heath, you're just cheating yourself. He says, no, I'm not. He says, no, I'm not. That money, he said, and he showed me right here where the bill was. Then on down, he showed me how much was still owed. He says, you see that press right there? I said, yeah. He says, that ain't nothing to me. He says, I can make out within an hour. He says, that's an hour's pay. I went, do what? He says, yeah, that's just my hour's pay. That ain't nothing to me. I ain't worried about it. It's done, it's paid. And he says, what you need to do, he says, you need to go and tell this so-and-so party that it's paid in full. I said, can I get a copy of that? He says, yes, sir. It's good. I said, I'm going to take one to Peter Quant's. I said, I walked over to Peter Quant's, he was a lawyer. So I walked, So I said, well, I had to wait till, because this was Sunday, so I had to wait till the next day. So I walked up there, walked in Peter Quantz's office, looked at his secretary, and she said, hey, Jeff, how you doing? Of course, everybody knows me. Stood there, I said, hey, I got important paper here for Peter. I said, is he in his office? He says, well, yeah. I said, well, is he busy at the moment? He says, let me check. He says, just for you, let me check. All right. So she calls back there and whatnot. Here comes Peter. Peter looks at me and says, hey, Jeff, what's up? Here, what's this? Take a look. Look down. He says, well, this is your mom's funeral bill. I said, yeah, but look at it again. Look down here in this corner and you'll tell you what it says. It's paid in full. Do what? Just don't worry about it. I took care of it. So I called this other party up. I said, hey, you want to be in town today? Oh, yeah. I said, oh, hey, Peter, by the way, I need a copy of that. Make me a copy of that, would you? I said, I got another party I got to take care of. It's all right. This, oh, by the way, come back to my office. So I got something for you. We got talking. So I'll be back here in a minute. Brought this big black binder thing in. I'm thinking, oh, now what? Opened it up. Folded it over. Ripped it out. And told me it was a check for $200. So what the heck's this for? Well, that's coming out of your dad's estate. That's your money. Just don't say nothing. I can talk about it now. By the time I couldn't say nothing about it. I can talk about it now. $200. Okay. Cross my heart, hope to die. I won't say nothing. What's in stays in this office behind this door. It's going to stay behind this door until things get cleared up. So I walked out, went over and cashed a check, put the money in my wallet. Of course, I went to Dutch Bank. Everybody knows who I am. Walked in there. Of course, my cousin, she worked there. And walked in. Her name's Cheryl. Cheryl looks at me. She said, what are you doing here? I said, well, I came here to cash a check. Check. Oh, I know what this is from. So I'll take care of you. Well, I said, do I owe a fee for that? I said, no. Because if you're a non-customer and you walk in there and cash a check out of the bank, they're going to take a $5 or $10, they're going to take a $5 fee out just for cashing the check. She said, I ain't going to do that to you. So I got $200 put in my back pocket. So this other party called me up and said, hey, so I'm down here at McDonald's. All right, just give me a few minutes. I'm at the bank. Got down there and got talking. She says, what the heck are you doing at the bank? Oh, I had a cash check. I did some work. Somebody paid me a tea-party check. I didn't tell her about the money that I got from the lawyer. I don't like to lie, but I did. I said, oh, by the way, she got her something. She says, want anything? She's out the counter. She says, well, you want anything to eat? I said, well, yeah. I said, I'll take 2 McDoubles and a sweet tea. So we sit down. She says, what's up? So here. She says, yeah, that's your mom's funeral bill. I said, yeah. Look down at the bottom. What's it say? It's paid in full. She says, now wait a minute now. That was still, that bill still needs to be owed. She says, now it's saying it's paid in full. I said, look what this paper on top, where it came from. It comes from Heath's office, Murray's Fletcher Funeral Home. Yeah. I said, no, I leaned up. I said, now let me explain something to you. I said, I'm going to tell you what he told me. Well, things that happened at his funeral and all this other stuff's going on. I said, basically, he told me when my dad went to his grave, the bill went with him. And I said, that's exactly what he gave me. And I said, that's how I got this. In other words, that bill is paid for, paid for in full. And nobody owes nothing on my mom's grave. Then, mysteriously, a week later after my dad died, mysteriously, there's a marker, A1 marker, sitting on my dad's grave. It's just a standard marker. It's got the name, date of birth, the year they was born, the month, date, and the year they died. Just a small A1 marker. So I'm standing there and I'm looking at it. Where's this come from? Called a friend of mine up and I said, do you know that that's got a tombstone on his grave? Do you know anything about this? What are you talking about, Jeff? I said, I'm standing here looking at Dad's grave. I said, are you in town? She said, yeah, I am. I said, yeah, I'm here in town. I said, well, drive out. I said, I'm out here at the cemetery. So she drives out there, and I said, she came over, and I said, look. She says, she looked at me, and she says, Jeff says, I don't know nothing about this. What's going on? I said, your guess as good as mine. I said, I have no idea. So I called up Heath up at the office. I said, Heath, I talked to her secretary. I said, hey, I said, this is Jeff. She said, hey, Jeff. I said, hey, I said, I know he's probably busy, but I said, you might be able to help me answer this question. She says, yeah. I said, do you know anything about anybody putting a new one marker on my dad's grave? Do what, Jeff? I said, yeah. I said, somebody paid for a tombstone for my dad's grave. And I said, what's going on? She says, Jeff, she says, I have no idea, but she says, go down there to Hardy's down. Here's the cemetery right next door to Hardy's Memorial. Hardy's Memorial is where they do the tombstones. She says, go down and talk to them. It's all right. So I went down there and I said, up there in 12A, that's the name, it's the section. I said, about the third road back, there's a guy by the name of Clarence Howland. I said, he was born August 27, 1930, and I said, he passed away October the 5th, 2005. I said, can you I said, I'm his boy. Can you by any chance tell me who purchased the tombstone for his grave? Did you do it? What, me? So, a friend of mine, did you do it? What, me? I said, well, you got to have a record of it. Let's check. Peter Quantz. So I said, okay, I appreciate that. So we drove up to Peter Quantz's office. Walked in. Well, by this time, I'm about to go through a divorce. So I walked in there and I looked at her and I said, Peter Quantz in? Yeah. Can we talk to him? Yeah. So Peter stepped out, and I was supposed to come back. Walked in. I said, I was just at the cemetery. Dad's got a marker on it. I said, Dad's got a tombstone on his grave. I didn't put it there. She didn't put it there. I said, I called Heath's office. He couldn't give me no information. They told me to talk to Hardy's. And I talked to Jay. Because I used to work for the cemetery. And I know Jay Hardy. I said, I just got done talking to Jay. And I said, he told me that you bought Dad's tombstone. So he said, I did. All that money. The house, my dad's house, sold for $18,000. Everything got paid for. Paid for. Alright guys, I hate to cut it short, but my bars are getting low and I don't want to cut this live stream off. Because once my bar gets low, it's going to cut everybody off. And it's 1:57 in the morning, I got to get up early. In the morning, take care of some stuff. So, y'all have a good night. Thanks for everybody coming in. I appreciate everybody. This is my big mouth. And you're very welcome, James. I'll try to get on tomorrow sometime, tomorrow night. I don't know. But I'll keep everybody updated what's going on. And I'll private message, text message the ones that's got my number. Anytime, Cyrus. But just watch this week and I'll keep everybody posted. Cyrus, will send you out a text message, not text message, an email of what's going on. That's why I've been saying, oh, even don't send me nothing. Don't. At this point, I'm putting everything on hold until I get everything situated between now and the 5th, starting the week of December the 6th. Or later. And I will give you guys my new address. So, y'all be safe out there. Stay a hot piper. Keep them lit. Keep your embers burning. And y'all take care.